Okay, guys, we are going live. What's up, grinders? Where's Blom here? I've got something special for you guys. I'm joined with Ryan Brower as well as Max Devison. We're going to be breaking down the EPT shootout event that's going to be happening now at 7 p.m. in the next 6 minutes. Yours truly is featuring there. So, yeah, Ryan, break it down for us. What does this mean for a player that's going to be getting this package?
Yeah, it's very exciting to be here tonight. I think we looking forward to crowning the first winner of a EPT package to join PokerBet in Barcelona 2026 in August. I think it's a great prize, about 120,000 Rand package, includes accommodation, flights, and tournament buy-ins into a whole bunch of action in Barcelona. We're mixing it up this year. We've done Vegas the last 3 years, something less time zone changes, and somewhere that I know my co-host or joining me, the guest, Max Potripper XXX. You've been to Barcelona. Tell us about it, Max, and welcome. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, it's quite exciting to do this sort of thing. Yeah, I think it's an amazing prize for like these guys to be fighting for. Barcelona is amazing place, not just for poker, but for sightseeing and the beach and the environment, and the people are so nice. And then, yeah, obviously the poker is pretty much one of the best places in the world to play, and amazingly run, and massive prizes, trophies, everything. So to be able to win one of these and go there for nothing is, is great. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting show and a lot to look forward to. See who comes out victorious.
So looking
Yep,
at the
there's
yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, let's break down the field or the 8 mans that we've got.
Absolutely. I mean, let's do it the other way around. We'll go in ascending order, and I think there's a fairy tale story waiting to happen here. Lekinas 88, he earned basically a replacement call up after we had to take the tough decision to remove one of the qualifiers. Lekinas is chomping at the bit. He sent us an unbelievable write-up. One of the most passionate poker fans there is. He's played the game for many years. And this is one of those stories. Denmark won the Euro 92 after not qualifying. Yugoslavia went to war. They got eliminated, and Denmark went on from non-qualifying to winning. I was a big United fan. Peter Schmeichel was in goal. And this is another Denmark waiting to happen. Alekinas, you've obviously played a lot against him. Give us your thoughts on him as a player, Max.
Yeah, I played mostly with him in the cash games, actually. He can be very tricky, and yeah, I played with him a bunch in cash games. Not so much in the tournaments, but occasionally we find each other on the same table. I mean, when PokerBet, the Sunday Slam is running, it's like more than 10 tables every week now. So to actually pull the same table is quite rare. But yeah, he can be tricky, and I would definitely say he's unconventional, which a lot of people challenged against. And yeah, I hope he does well, and it will be a nice underdog story, let's say.
Definitely, definitely. Seventh on our list is another stalwart. He plays in a lot of tournaments. Plotos, Capetonian. He liked to. When I asked him what we could say about him or if we could publish, he said, "As long as you don't call me a pro." So he's clearly a businessman who plays poker as a hobby, but he's got an incredibly strong record for somebody who considers himself recreational. He got 3 cashes in the series, and he's definitely there to try and take the prize down. You play against him, Max? You see him on the tables from time to time?
Occasionally, yeah. Occasionally, I played with him. I would say him and Keep Going, which would be the last one you'll talk about. I would say they're the two that I played the least with, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, seems to be a good player.
Sense.
Seems to be there all the time.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a very stacked field here. It's obviously over a series where you're earning points across 7 events. You're going to find that the guys who are putting in a lot of time on the tables and a lot of experience in tournaments is going to show themselves to the top of the leaderboard. We don't need to speak about number 6, Mr. Host himself, Wes Blom.
Also, no stranger to a free roll, international free roll.
Absolutely. Wes, tell us, I mean, no need to ask Max, tell us about your series, how it went.
Yeah.
You got 4 cashes, if
Four,
I'm not
played
mistaken.
six, cashed 4, one final table, and yeah, 2 other very, very, very deep runs. So, yeah, stoked about that. Been working on my game in between trying to make content and make myself famous. But other than that, it's almost time to go, guys. And yeah, I'm going to lock it in and let's see if we can bring home another trip.
Absolutely, Wes. We wish you all the best.
Thank
And
you.
excited to see how it goes for you. I see the table are now sitting.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
So what I'll do is I'm going to keep us live. I'm going to keep playing in the back end, and then we'll take it from there.
Good luck.
100%.
Yeah. So you guys can carry on with the wrap up.
We'll carry on with the intro of the top 8 here. We've touched on Wes in 6th. I'll jump to our 5th place. Bad Reg. Bad Reg is somebody who, when he has chips, is incredibly tough to play against. And Max, you've played against him live and online plenty. I think you guys have got quite a battle that ongoing. Great banter. Tell us more about your experiences against him on the tables.
Yeah, we definitely have a good friendship, actually, I would say. A lot of events I played with him in live and the online. He definitely plays a lot of the things in South Africa. He plays all the high stuff and all the small stuff, and yeah, everything is definitely a battler. And again, I would say he's kind of he does have a more let's say normal approach, but then he definitely really goes after certain players and situations, and yeah, definitely not scared to put chips in. So yeah, he's definitely a contender as well for this one.
100%. I think a lot of people are rooting for him. Very popular in the community. Number 4, Ad Astra. Damon Fine has come along with us to Vegas before, shot content for PokerBet. Definitely, I think, unrivaled in terms of passion as a poker fundi. Lives, breathes, eats, sleeps poker. Wes, sorry, I think he knocks you off the top perch here. But Damon is a really solid player, had a great series. He started off like house on fire, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got his first 4 cashes in the first 5 events, his 4 cashes, and definitely one to watch here. It looks like
Yeah, 100%.
Gusto is actually not even online yet. Fashionably late from by far the most successful online player in South African poker history.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. And he's an absolute stalwart of the game, been around forever. He's definitely one to watch, and probably the bookie's favorite. As you know, we've got bets that we're laying on this field, and he was 2-1. So they reckon he's going to win 1 in every 3 times, which is quite a shame in an 8-man field. Your views? Very aggressive.
I think so. I played a lot with Mucho in cash games. When he does hop in the Hold'em, obviously he normally plays the PLO games that run. I would say he is aggressive, and for me, he seems to take every situation that he thinks is positive. I guess this maybe comes from a bankroll perspective. So he doesn't really shy away from taking plus EV decisions, and yeah, I would see him as, I wouldn't say the favorite, because I don't know how he'll fare in the shorter handed. I know he's very good at the 6 max and the 5 max and stuff like this, but I don't know how well he is at closing, because obviously we're effectively playing full first. I don't know how well he is at the 3-handed, the nitty gritty at the end. But yeah, I mean, Bookie's favorite, I can like easily see that. You know, he's easily got the most experience between everyone on this table. But yeah, maybe not his strongest format, but yeah, he can definitely win for sure.
I think I agree with you there. I think the lack of concern over bubble value to him versus anyone else in the field would obviously stand him in good stead short-handed.
Yeah.
But then, these guys he's playing against are experienced, and they've won a lot of tournaments, play a lot more MTTs. They're more focused on that than the cash online, probably.
Yeah.
Our whale, our good friend, Mr. Tucker, had a great series. Was leading. And I mean, I met Greg probably in 2010, traveling up to Swaziland with him. we've played for many times across the felt and a lot of banter and football, Man United versus Liverpool, but he's been around forever. He's still going, and he's got a solid game and a few tricks up his sleeve. He had a great series. He put a sick beat on Mucho Gusto. Ace 9 versus aces, all in pre. Flopped the ace and went on an ace 9 5 board, came running 8-7, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was sorry, ace 8-5, and it came running
The
7-6
running
or
straight, yeah.
something.
Yeah.
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 It was pretty gross. But he's definitely one to watch. I mean, second most in chips.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see him come with us to Barcelona. Not that I wouldn't like to see a lot of the other guys come as well.
Yeah.
But I think Greg's great value on tour as well.
Yeah, he did have a great series. I know he won, I think it was the 6 max. And to be honest, like Greg's probably played similar amount of time, I would guess, to Mucho. I would say this is more Greg's format than Mucho's, if I was honest. Like if I was be betting on this, I would pick I Whale over Mucho as the favorite, in my opinion.
I like that.
But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Like, I don't think any of these guys are really scared to win. The only one that I don't know who is in first place or started in first place is Keep Going. He's pretty much the only player I really don't know who it is, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, he's fairly new on the site. He has wished to remain anonymous for personal reasons. But he's doesn't play much on the live scene from what I gather. Didn't shoot the lights out in sense of like he had 4 caches and did go pretty deep in some of them, but didn't pick up as much. There were a lot of bigger prize money winners in the series. Some that didn't even, obviously, you look at a guy like Mandela Fish who won the high roller. I mean, that second biggest casher in the whole series, and he only won and featured in one event, so he's not anywhere on the shootout runnings here. But I think it's good to be unknown, I suppose. You have some advantages. No one knows your game. You don't have that history where somebody's profiled you for 10 years online and knows exactly how you play your flush draws versus your sets. And I think that's something that you've obviously adjusted to. You came in unknown into the South African scene, and you hit the ground running. And then you have some variant spots where it goes against you, and some guys play back at you and just seem to end up having it. How do you adjust when you're playing in a field like this, where so many of the guys have played so much against each other? Do you try and play something very alternative to your normal game?
So I did actually have someone approach me for coaching in this event. I won't reveal who it was, but my advice to them was to play.
Keep going, because you keep acting like you don't know who he is, but maybe he did reach out to you.
So no, my approach in this particular one would be extremely aggressive, more than I normally would be. Because it's unlike other formats where normally in a, let's say, 100-person tournament, you can kind of let things happen and chips come to you in a way. Like you can navigate that kind of thing. Whereas this is very much a winner take all. So it's like very fast and furious. You can be a lot more aggressive than you normally would, because there's no difference between coming 8th and 3rd, obviously the prize is stacked in the way that it's 100, all the packages going for first place, and then obviously PokerBet put in this thing for second place, which was 25k, which is obviously really nice to put in, and then everyone else is getting, like, let's call it a consolation prize of the monthly million 3.5k. So everyone's walking away with a prize, but effectively we're all playing for first place. So I would personally play very aggressive, but then you're going to have to adapt to the people that play back at you. So you can play very, very aggressive and think you're going to run over the table and all that sort of thing, but if the guys aren't going to fold, then you're going to have to adjust and navigate as it goes. And I think when it starts 8-handed, people in general play quite conservative or quite tight, I would guess. And then as it gets 6, 5, 4 people left, you're going to see like an aggression go up a lot, and generally the more aggressive player is going to do well.
Because RCM really not a thing at this in this format of a tournament.
Yeah, correct, 100%. And
RCM's for poor
like,
people.
yeah, exactly. ICM for 4 people.
Yeah. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there just for everybody in the chat so they know, and everybody watching the stream. Ryan and Max will be joining myself in the break, so you don't want to miss that. If you've got any questions about hands that have been played, we're going to break down in the break some hands, etc., etc. There's already been some action, but we're going to cut live now to me playing and hopefully finding a result. But this is going to be a battle. Ryan, Max, thank you very much for jumping in and sharing
well,
this with the community.
Play well.
Right, I'll catch you guys at the break.
Good luck, Wes.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Ciao.
Bye.
Right, and back to your featured viewing, guys. What's up? Yep, just had to share with you guys what's going on from a PokerBet perspective. We were hoping to get a commentary link or stream going up. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties with that, like my voice. And yeah, so all to play for, 8 of us, 1 prize, PokerBet, and like Ryan and them said earlier, they have been gracious enough to put up a second place of 25,000 Rand, and then everybody else making the shootout, securing themselves a seat into the next million. Let's lock it in. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's go, baby. Let's go. The new saying is going to be Barcelona, baby. Barcelona. All right, we got pocket nines UTG here. We're going to be raising. Right, we get a squeeze here from Plutos in the big blind. We're going to make the call with the nines. A little bit too strong to fold, a little bit too weak to repop. Pot sitting at 33 big blinds. We're going to make the call once here.
Ooh, yeah. Lost in the glow, where the shadows play, your hand in mine. We drift away, breath of the night. It whispers low, every heartbeat starts.
We're going to check range here on this turn. Pluto's generally quite tight, out of position. Let's see what type of bet we're going to be facing. We're just going to realize our equity here. Potentially up against a hand like 10s. Ace King, let's go, baby. Come on. Yep. Had a feeling. Well, had a feeling. It was AK. After the check on the turn, had the feeling, had the feeling, had the feeling. Ooh, yeah, felt good to get that. The nines winning that hand, not gonna lie. So, what is up, grinders? Thank you for you all. Thanks for all joining me. Let's 29 of you. Bam. We started off in a hurry here. I'm gonna get the chat loaded up onto the overlay.
Caught in the glow where the lights begin. Heartbeats a melody playing my soul. Each step we take, losing all control. Oh, can you feel it rise? Ooh, the fire. Lost in
What is up, guys? How has your week been? Yeah, so we started off the show slightly different. Had Max Devison, the PokerBet Pro, weighing in on his thoughts and predictions for the shootout, and then also joined by Ryan Brower, Chief Operating Officer of PokerBet. Yeah, amazing opportunity being afforded to us as poker players, getting into the shootouts as a free roll to win our way or secure our seat to Barcelona. Let's go, baby. Right. Gonna make the call here with Queen 10-0 in position in the cutoff.
We don't flee. drowning my fears, breathing your air. It's a moment near. The floor is electric. It's us tonight.
All right, we're going to let the Queen 10 go. Sorry, just getting a few other bits and pieces. I seem to be missing one or two pieces on my stream. Jack 6-0 going to go in the bin. Eight 2-0. Just trying to sort out the music, guys. That's a bit annoying. I'm not going to lie. Right, ace 5 of spades. We're going to open that up. We're going to check range here. Catch the ace on the river, but any random 10 makes the straight. We're going to overcall here for potential bluffs. Random 10. Oh, yeah. Right, pocket eights, UTG, early stages. We can open this up. Keeping in mind, ICM not really a consideration here because we are playing for first place. We have been 3-bet by Mitchell Gustav, who's probably going to be the most aggressive at this table. So we will call. Right. Waiting for the action from Mitchell Gustav. We started with 98,000 in Oops. One of you. We're going to check back here to the pre-flop aggressor. Check back flop. Interesting line. Could they have ace jack? I think we're going to be facing a big sizing here, around 20 bigs, more or less, which I don't think we can call off. Yep. Spot on. Right, we're going to let the pocket eights go. Currently in level 2 of this event. We're going to defend out of the big blind with the ace deuce O. Right, so we do have the ace of clubs as the blocker for the flush. This board definitely favoring me. However, it is the under the gun open. We do have a gut shot to the straights, which we could adopt a check raise line here. We're just going to flat call. Right. Club draw does complete on the turn. We do have the ace of clubs here. Right, with the ace of clubs. We're going to lead, ripping the flush. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. We came to play. We came to play. Woo! Right, so at 7:45, when we hit the break, I'm going to bring Ryan and Max back in on the stream. They're going to be offline taking notes of certain hands, etc. That's in the 5-minute break are going to bring you a detailed breakdown, recap, whatever you guys want. So if there's any questions, hit it up in the chat just before the break at 5 to 8, and I'll make sure that they get them. Yeah, Yaki, I do agree. Like I said, I'm overcalling there in that spot. He could also have the bluffs, bluff the 10, but I do think pure value there. So yeah, bit of a loose call by me. Right, so let's have a look-see at how this event started versus how we are faring currently. Bad Rig taking the chip lead. He was in the middle of the pack. Mitchell Gustav was third in chips. Awale second in chips. Hasn't really been too active. We've seen ourselves climb up the ladder into 4th place currently. Leapfrogging at Astra, as well as keep going. I honestly didn't see the hand, but we'll go back and break it down, and maybe in the hand history, losing a fair chunk of chips at some point.
Don't stop now, let it go. Let it go. Feel the love, let it flow. Euphoria's here, don't you know? On the dance floor.
Ah, the overlay changing to the final table. That's something good to see. We're gonna open the Ace 8-0 here into some heavy traffic. I might add. But we've come to play. Bad Rig getting after it. UTG, that's going in the bin. Right, guys, in the chat, what's up? How's the week been? How's the poker been, more importantly? You guys might have seen putting out all the details for that bootcamp that's going to be heading out, well, not heading out, taking place next week, Friday, Saturday, with yours truly. Already 10 people registered for that. So yeah, make sure if you're wanting to get in on the action with me at that bootcamp, 4,000 Rand secures your seat. And let's see if we can turn you into a grinder. Right, we got King Jack O here in the big blind, absolutely defendable. Button has flattered at Astro's raise. We're going to make the call. We're going to proceed with a check call line here. We might see Ad Astro check as there is a player in position to him. Leading out here would show significant amount of strength. Eleki coming with half pots. I think we're going to go for a little sneaky 3-bet out of the big blind. And we're going to lead for 30% here. Oh, Ace Jack just pipped. Oh. First pipped off the button there should have been a 3-bet pre. Naughty, naughty ways. Naughty, naughty ways. Yep. Oh, well, it is what it is. We've got 28 big blinds. Still got plenty to play with here. We have... Took the aggressive line with the King Jack there. Wasn't worried too much about the 10, but yeah, it is what it is. We're just going to look for a couple of spots and see if we can get some chips back. Already been some big pots early stages of this tournament. Guys have come to play, come to win, and unfortunately that's the way it's going to be. Only one winner walking away with the package to EPT Barcelona tonight. Bam, our whale finding a full double, dropping middle set there. Right, bag rig, going for it all. Aces versus nines. Bam. And that is the end of bad rig. GG, unlucky. Two cooler hands, running into it. Right, we've got ace queen O here, under the gun +1.
We move like waves, can't ignore the shadows dance.
Wow. Very, very, very interesting spot here. We all know Damon's up to it. The problem is our whale just clicking back. We're going to knit fold the ace queen here. To Damon, we were sticking it in his face. Wow.
Feel the static, always pulling me close. Electric whispers, like a ghost on a wire. Every heartbeat, yeah, it hums through the air. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Do you dare? It's rising, it's building inside. No escape now, let the rhythm collide. We're lost in the sound, yeah, we're burning bright. Electric whispers, shocking the night. Oh yeah, hold on tight. Don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. This charge between us, it's all we know.
Yeah, Yaku, yeah, playing a lot with the Lecky. I think he does just fall there, even though the 10s do. I have all the Jack 10s. Like you said, I have the straight combos there. With the King Jack hand. But I guess my bet sizing, turn and river, very thin. Going 30%, 30%.
Like a storm, it's about to break the sky.
Right, we've got ace 7-0 here on the button. Not many chips to play with here. So the decision is fold or it's an ISO jam. I think Pluto's are going to be a bit too tight in the spots with my stack. So we're going to knit fold here.
Don't let go, don't let go. This charge between us, it's all we know. Shadows play on the wall so thin. city creeping in. Lights are fading, but we begin. Underneath the stars, we
Right. So obviously in lead up to this, there were certain people that didn't want to get outed. We've got Jay to my right, who's happy to be Jay from Cape Town. We've got Leki from Durban, Alikanaz. Awel is Mr. Greg Tucker. And Micho Gustav has asked to, and keep going, asked to be kept anonymous, which we will respect that. Right, we've hit level 4 of this event. Blinds are sitting 1,000, 2,000. We got 35,000 chips in our stack. Besides Wes Blom, who else have you guys got? Who else are you rooting for on this shootout final table?
the music whisper, time slow in your arms, the world unfolds. It's an echo in the night, a spark, a pulse, a fleeting light. Hold me close, don't let me go. Feel the rhythm, let it show. Lost in the glow, where the shadows play, your hand in mine. We drift away, breath of the night. It whispers low, every heartbeat starts to echo. Feel it rising, feel it tight.
Queen 3-0, not good enough here. That's going to go in the bin. We're going to have to be patient and wait for our spots. It'll come. It will come.
Into the night we go. Let the rhythm take control. Hearts collide. Let the tension grow. Into the night.
Seven 6-0 in the big blind. Lecky with a small little click back 3-bet on the button. This unfortunately is going to force us out of the hand. Two bigs we can call there with the 7-6. See if we can work some magic. Bam, and we would have.
I see a shadow. It's pulling me in.
Cool pot bet. Wow, queens. We would have got very involved in that hand. Each step we take, losing all control. Aleki graciously showing his hand so that we can review this when Ryan and Max join us in 5 minutes time. Yeah, so at the break, guys, remember, don't go anywhere. We're going to have Max and Ryan breaking down some of the hands that's played out in this last session. They've been recording the data in the back end, and we'll give you guys their thoughts, their opinion, and analysis. Don't say I don't treat you guys. Absolute opportunity to hear what Max and Ryan, both crushes in their own right, think about certain spots, etc. And yeah, get a chance to hear it first here from some of the best in the country. We're gonna let the 430 on the button go.
Drowning my fears, breathing your air as a moment nears. The floor is electric, it's ours tonight. The world fades away in this endless flight.
Right, we are heading up into that break. I have got Ryan Breyer and Max Davison standing by. That's going to be joining us in the break, and we'll be bringing you a recap, a brief recap recap of the action played out. And yeah. Right, we are on break. I'm going to cut across to Max Davison and Ryan Brow. Max, Ryan, thanks for joining us back in the stream.
Amusing
55 minutes of action. You guys got 4 minutes to recap here for the crew.
Yeah,
Go
I don't
for
think
it.
he's. Don't think he would do that.
Right, we're live with you guys.
Hopefully.
It's hard to wrap up an hour of play, like losing one player, to be fair.
Right, Ryan, Max, thanks for joining me back on the stream. I'm going to hand it over to you guys. I'm going to run to the bathroom, do what I need to do. I'm going to leave you guys with it. Break down the last session for us, buddy. Or guys.
Music down, boys.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, 1 hour down behind us, and Max, we've lost one player. I thought we might go an hour without losing a player with this kind of structure. But yeah, big hand. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was definitely a very interesting hand. It was from Bad Reg against Iwell. Iwell with the open, and Bad Reg just calling with kings, and then they proceeded to get in around 80 blinds each on 10-7-6 flush draw, and Iwell had sevens for middle set, and yeah, obviously Bad Reg with kings. Couldn't get away from that one, and that was the end of. Well, I say it wasn't that exact hand, but he was left with a short stack after that, and then his last 19 or so blinds, he got in nines against aces against Lekinas. So yeah, it's the first elimination. I thought it would be fast paced, but I didn't expect to lose someone in the first hour, to be honest.
Yeah, like you say, I think with Bad Reg's reputation, when he plays big hands slowly, he obviously has under-repped his hand often. But sometimes you need to see that a man's willing to put 80 big blinds in. He's probably got better than one pair.
Yeah, I would have been surprised if that was good, to be honest, in that situation. But I can understand why he put it in with a slow player, and then and then there's been a lot of big other pots. Most of the big pots coming kind of between Plutos and Keep Going. They had kings into ace king, all in pre-flop, and then Whale lost a big one with queens against Plutos's ace jack on the ace high. And then, the other person that lost a big pot was obviously Wes against Lekinos, where he defended a king jack with Ad Astro was raising pre-flop, and Alex called the button. And then it came Jack 10 low card, I believe. And Wes went for the check raise with the king jack, and the turn was a 10 against the button. He bet again. And then the river was another low card, I believe 7. It did complete 8-9. Yeah, it did complete 8-9 for the straight, but unlikely it would have 8-9. And then Wes went for the bet again with King Jack on the river, and Alex had him pipped with Ace Jack. So that was also a very big pot.
Yeah.
And then most of the other pots were small pots. Other than those, I would say they were the biggest ones. But yeah, at the moment, obviously, Iwell leading the way with 125 blinds, and then Alex on 100. And then Mucho 60. To be honest, Mucho's not really played many hands. From what I've observed, he's just chipped away, won a few small pots, lost a few small pots. He basically has the same stack as what he started with, pretty much. And then Pluto's on 72. And then Keep Going on 43, and Ad Astra on 33, and then Wes in last place currently on 15, but only one double away from pretty much the middle of the pack.
Yeah, lots of poker left. The structure we intentionally made a little bit longer to give the guys enough play. I mean, they're playing for a big prize here. Might as well make them not just get involved in a crapshoot in the luck of the draw. So, yeah, let's hope for another exciting hour of action ahead of us. I think that Wes shouldn't panic too much.
No.
Definitely has enough time to wait a few rounds for a premium hand and to get it in and just run good. But yeah,
Yes.
it's been a big hour for iWhale, sort of taking a big lead here, almost 30% on the rest of the field. Yeah, I guess you got to flop big hands against slightly worse and get paid off, and he managed to do that perfectly.
Yeah, I think if you'd like, I've obviously watched every hand so far, and the ones that have gone to showdown, I would say that have been quite, like I said, conservative side. Now, as obviously the blinds increase, now the blinds is now 1,000, 2,000, and the average stack is going to be about 50, no, about 60 blinds now. You're going to see the aggression go up now, I would presume, and top pair is going to be a much stronger holding than whereas before people were kind of sitting it out. You could see like all the big pots were clashed with extremely good hands, kings into ace king, queens into ace jack suited, kings into a set. These were all the kind of the big pots, and now you're going to see I would say the aggression go up and the hand rankings go down. Let's say top pair is obviously going to become a lot more valuable, and I would expect in the next hour we'll probably lose 2 more guys, maybe 3, just as we're going to play 4 levels. It's 15-minute level, so we'll see who's got the chip lead going into the next one. Hopefully Wes can spin this back up.
Yeah. Well, they don't call me the Mzansi grinder for nothing, so I'm gonna got my work cut out for me. But we are cutting back to the action, guys. Thanks very much for the concise recap, and I'm sure the guys in the chat would have loved this. I'll catch you guys in 55 minutes, unless I'm out. Then we'll commentate the three of us over the remainder of the stream. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good luck, Wes.
Good luck, Wes.
Right, we are back in the action. Let me know what you guys think of the new feature that we've brought to the stream. Do you like it? Do you want to see more of it? Always working closely with PokerBet as my streaming partner, looking to level up the experience that we bring to the community, not only on the live stream, but if you look at just the level of this event and the structure that was developed by Ryan Brower. Thank you, Ryan, for putting together such an amazing event for us to battle it out. And like you said, rightly said, not just see who flips well, but who can really, really crush here. We're going to lock it in. 15 big blinds, UTG. Always great. Just for me as a poker player, just to hear the breakdown and the way that Max and Ryan see it and unfolding. Yeah, I mean, it can only do everybody watching the stream good to understand the thinking and the thought process that goes behind this. So shout out to Max and Ryan. Much appreciate the time and the effort. Just saw Rudolph's reply in the PokerBet updates group. Is Max the small technical issue? Queen 7 here in the big blind. Something value. We're gonna have C3. Right, we do flop top with the average kicker, blocking a few straight draws out there. We're gonna be aggressive here. We're gonna take a very aggressive line here. 1.5 pot rip on the turn. Charge for any draws. Can we get worse to call us? Right, let's go, baby. Let's go. Much needed chips into the stack there. Much needed chips. Let's go, baby.
Flickering lights, they pull me in. Oh yeah, I feel the spark under my skin. Electric whispers in the air, telling me
That got the juices flowing.
oh,
My biggest concern was Mucho's range there. He could have check trapped ace queen at some frequency, but I don't think in this format they're going to.
clear. Electric pulse is in my veins, running wild, breaking chains. Electric pulse, I can't resist. Feel the rhythm, it's pure bliss.
At Astra going for a squeeze out the big blind. I think this is going to be all in here. Big decision for Ad Astra here. For his tournament life, it's going to be effective if he just... Oh. Our well has got Ad Astra's number tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Right, blinds are up. We are 1.5, 2.5, or 1,250, 2.5. Choosing the wrong time to squeeze the big blind, it looks like.
Lights are low, hearts ignite. Oh yeah, feel the rhythm, hold on tight. We're swimming in this ocean of sound, breathing deep.
We're going to max late reg the Sunday Slam, so there will be some action happening after this. But we want to stay locked in here. We got one bite at this cherry. Package worth roughly 180,000 Rand. So nothing to turn our noses up against. Ace 10-0 here, 15.4 big blinds effective. We're gonna open. Gonna bet small. Right, we'll let that one go. Oh, big bluff. Oh, double gut, double gut. We were blocking. Right, ace, queen, O under the gun. Good luck us. This is going into the middle. Let's go, baby. Good luck us. Right, get much needed blinds back into the stack. Gonna let go of the king 8 here. I'm gonna step out of the way, let the button and the big blind fight it out. Spazzy line there, but keep going with the 980 out the big blind. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but showing the bluff, good for the game, good for the game, good for the viewers. We're gonna let go of the Jack 4-0 here. Sometimes I did it, I just didn't upload it. So let me get that through to you guys now.
Soft whispers in the dark, we're glowing. Ooh, yeah. Heart hearts beating, sing, pray, later, knowing every move we make, it's electric. It's love's magnetic, so kinetic.
Chess Heroes, there is a YouTube channel that I use for the we've got all in action here. Bam. Ad Astra out versus keep going. Right, we are down to 6. King 8-0 UTG going in the bin. Bam, new grindometer loaded, locked and loaded at the bottom left of the overlay. You ask and I shall deliver. $650 in the big blind, 11.4 big blinds effective, 27,000 chips in the stack. All right, we're going to go for one of those something value again. We need to spin the stack. Right, we do flop the gut shot. However, Jack 10 does make the nuts on this board. We're going to net fold here, find a better spot. I'm actually dealing with a technical issue here. I'm gonna let this go. Something eating up my computer. I'm gonna have to restart the poker bed.
feel the static, always pulling me close.
Right, we have ace-5-0 here in the cutoff. 8.5 big blinds. Good luck us. We are sending these troops into the middle. All right, we get that through. Back up to 10 bigs. Let's go, baby. Let's go. King 10-0, six-handed. We could consider jamming there.
We're lost in the sound. Yeah, we're burning bright. Electric whispers.
Reduce O going in the bin.
Hold on tight. Don't let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. This charge between us.
Right, blinds are up. We are on 1,500, 3,000. We got 30K, well, just under 30K. We're going to get slapped with the new big blind. We're going to drop us down to probably 7.5 big blinds.
Neon colors dripping into the dark. Magnetic pull, yeah, it's igniting a spark.
Right, we're going to get C3 for free. Let's go, baby. We need a flop here.
Bends and breaks every move we make. It's the risk that it's at.
Not the flop we were looking for.
Can't you feel the like a storm, it's about to break the sky.
Jack 2-0 going in the bin. Right, a bit of solder to us. We were sticking this in. Unfortunately, we're going to have to let this go.
We're lost in the sound. Yeah, we're burning bright. Electric whisper, shocking the night. Oh yeah, hold on tight. Don't let go. Don't let go. This charge between us.
Right, blinds are coming around fast and furious at this point, only playing six-handed. We're going to have to look for a spot. We're going to have to look for a spot.
Shadows play on the wall, so thin. Breath of the city creeping in. Lights are fading, but we begin.
Oh, well, coming with a small 3-bet on the button.
Breathing deep, we let it flow. It's an echo in the night, a spark, a pulse, a fleeting light. Hold me close, don't let me
So for those of you that have just jumped in and joined the stream, what's up? We got the Ducks. Good luck, us. Let's go, baby. One time. Hold. Let's go. When we've been flat called by a smaller pocket pair. Yeah. Come on, can we find a 2? Let's go. Come on, hold. Yes, baby. We found the double. Let's go. Let's go. Woo. Come on. Right, we flop middle pair here. Oh, sorry, bottom pair. We're gonna hope to get to showdown cheap here. Do we win? No, we don't. We are going to let this go. We took this off way too aggressive for our little stack. Suited here, I would rather just rip. We're going to let it go. Jack 10, we're going to open here in the cutoff. We are playing six-handed, so we are short, but we are six-handed. Bam, we flop gin. Okay, so last time round, small bet, he came over the top. Let's see if we can induce this time. We do have the Jack of Clubs as a blocker. We're going to take the same line, small bet, and hope he spazzes. Ah. Queen 10, we are going to open. We're going to net fold the Queen 10 here, not looking to get involved. We're always folding to a 3-bet. Just looking to build some momentum. Unfortunately, wasn't the spot. Yeah, guys, I will put a link in the chat to the YouTube channel that I use. Oof. Flatting ace, queen. Wow. Must be nice.
I see a shadow, it's pulling me in, caught in the glow where the lights begin.
Guys, really do appreciate all the support coming through in the chat. Fighting it out as best as I can here. Oof, we would have had up and down straight flush draw with the flush to go with it.
Losing all control. Can you feel it rise? Ooh, the fire in disguise. Lost in the rhythm, can't let it go. We're spinning, spinning, hearts glow.
Does Plusos have 890 here in the spot? Time will tell. Gone for a sizable bet. Small flush, also a possibility.
Let it show.
King 4-0 here in the big blind. Do we get a walk? Yes, baby. The walk is as good as a win. Free chippies. Deep. 73 of you locked in here as we fight it out for the chance to win an EPT Barcelona package sponsored by PokerBet. How did we get here? We finished in the top 8 of the South African Online Poker Series Autumn Edition leaderboard, which gave us an opportunity into this free roll, the shootout free roll, shootout format, sorry, should I say, to stand a chance in one player walking away with that package valued at roughly 160 to 180,000 Rand, to travel with PokerBet to Barcelona, competing in the EPT. Man, it's what dreams are made of. I've traveled with PokerBet once before. It's absolutely something that you need to put on your bucket list as a poker player. So make sure you check out the tournament lobby for any future satellites coming up and your chance to secure your way to Barcelona. Right, ace 2-0 on the button here. We're gonna also jam it. Good luck us. Yeah, let's go, baby. Greg, not a fan of my play there. Yeah, not really wanting to see a flop. We're gonna open the 10-9 suited here in the cutoff. Do we see a 3-bet coming in from Mitchell Gustav? So pretty, but we're gonna net fold here. Mitchell Gustav not giving anything away. All right, back up to 44,000 in chips, 14.6 big blinds and a dream. So, guys, we're going to bring in Ryan and Max Devison, Ryan Brower and Max Devison again in 20 minutes. If you've got anything you wanting to ask them, whatever the case may be, hit it up in the chat and they are watching the stream. So yeah, hit it up in the chat and I'll make sure it gets through to them and maybe gets some more information or a hand breakdown, etc. Right, we have the Lebanese aces, Jack 9 of clubs. This hand actually sent me to Vegas. So, but it sent me to Barcelona. We're going to make the call. It is defendable. We do flop middle pair here. We're going to call to see one more. Get to check back. We're going to take check. See if we can realize equity here. Get to showdown. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Jack 9, your beauty. So just a breakdown for chess. So during the South African Online Poker Series Autumn Edition, for every tournament, for that specific series, for every tournament that you cashed, you would accrue GPR points, and the top 8 players were the 8 players that found their way here. We got King 10-0 on the button. We're going to go for an ISO. Good luck, us. Ooh, we get called one mucho. Sixes, we flipping. Queen, let's go. Hold, let's go, baby. Come on, you're a good thing. Woo! Hoo-hoo-hoo. We got lucky. We got lucky. We've got 30 big blinds back in this. Let's go, baby. Wow, we got lucky. We got lucky there. Good flop right hand. Also to counterfeit the pocket sixes. Right, this brings us back into the middle of the pack, guys. Joshua, what's up? Thanks for joining us on the stream. So when I'm also jamming the button there, I'm not wanting to raise and get out flopped, etc. So capping players' ranges with that strategy. With also, there's really no RCM pressure. It's you win it and get the package, or you get the booby prize, the consolation prize of 3,500 Rand into the next monthly million on PokerBet, which will be happening at the end of June. Second place, there is something to play for, at least 25,000 Rand. So in voucher with PokerBet. But to answer your question, I'm forcing them to be, I'm capping their ranges so that they can't just call me wide and defend out the big blind if correctly. So yeah, you could also jam in this type of tournament structure because there's no ICM quite, I would say up to 15 bigs. But quite comfortable that if we playing, bam, and Mitro Gustav is out. If playing off 15 big blinds, there's 2 or 3 opens at least in my off my stack of 15 big blinds. So yeah, it just depends on who's in the big blind, their player tendencies. Obviously covering stacks, everybody's was covering me at that stage. So yeah, just looking for the steal and to move on and take it down there. Hope that helps. Ricky, back in 2024, I played a live satellite at Monte Casino. PokerBet was hosting a live tournament, satellite for Vegas when they went to Vegas in 2024. And yeah, I was heads up against my opponent. And yeah, Jack 9, flop 2 pairs, turned a boat. He had Queen 10. It went, I led small, he raised, I mint clicked him, he jammed, I called, and the rest is history. He was drawing dead. All right, 28 and a half big blinds. We are back in this tournament, 115,000 chips. Right, Aleki doesn't like to fold. I would prefer to play this hand as a 3-bet.
Don't stop now, let it go. Let it go. Feel the love, let it flow.
Like he's saying he's strong, but he'll let me have it. We get that through. The young gun, Ricky Toka, jumping in. Jumping in on the chat and making fun because I'm using GTO terms. So yes, ISO means isolate, Ricky. You know this. Oh. What's up, Daniel? How do I cap ranges? Well, capping as in the sense of forcing them to play top of their range with my 13 or 11 big blinds when I jammed from the button as a steal. What's up, guys? You must be bored waiting to max late reg the 200k. If you guys haven't seen, make sure you go check out our whale, aka Greg Tucker and Rangers podcast. Ricky Toka and Daniel Scott featured in their latest episode. Very good to hear from the up and coming stars in the SA poker community. Yeah. So yeah, well done to you boys. Dan, I actually think you're the better out of the 3. That's just between you and I. Don't tell Ricky I told you that. Ooh, the one big blind on the river, block bet. Or is it to induce? We're going to see a funky straight versus a low flow. Oh, natural 9, Baccarat. We go for player. Old. Right, UTG 86 suited. We're going to put that in the bin. Up to 122k. So in the chat, who's in on the 200k Sunday Slam? Let me know. How's it going? Are you crushing? I'm gonna join the Cocomelon team, Ricky and Dan and John, and I'm gonna max late Regit. Yeah, so guys, I've got 74 of you locked in watching the stream. For all those newcomers, make sure you go and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on the channel. Show me some support. Show me some love. Trying to do some cool stuff here for the South African poker community. It only helps the channel grow strength by strength. I've got a ton of content that's going to be coming out over the next 2 weeks. 3 podcast episodes. A couple of vlogs from Times Square. I know I've been behind it, but we've been busy. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And for the rest of you that are subscribers, make sure you go and give a thumbs up, a like to the stream. Let YouTube push it out. Let's get South African poker out there, guys. Let's get it out there. Let's make it cool. Geo flying the flag for us out in Vegas. Yeah, if you also don't know, Gio's got a YouTube channel at Giovanni Zanetti Poker. Make sure you go give that a follow if you want to see what he's up to out at the WSOP. We're going to limp the Queen 5 into our whale. We're going to continue for 1 BB. We're going to continue board pairing 2 on the turn. We're going to go 1 big blind block bet here. Yeah, we get it through. Let's go, baby. We got the moves like Jagger. Let's go, baby. Woo. Got the flow going. Got the mojo. Right, guys, 5 minutes. I'm going to be bringing Max and Ryan back into the stream with me. So if you got any questions, pop them into the chat now. I'll make sure they cover them. Let me know what you guys think of that new feature. It's a once-off for this special event we're hosting in on the channel with alongside the PokerBet professional, Max Davison, and Ryan Brower, the Chief Operating Officer. Queen Jacket Diamonds under the gun. We're going to open here. We are 5-handed. Right, so we open under the gun. Lecky flats out the small blind. Flatting ranges are going to include a lot of aces. However, we did open UTG. We're going to bet small here. Right, turning. We've got now a double gut shot on this board. We're going to take the check here and try and realize our equity going into the river. 9, no good. Lecky is going to have a lot of ace X suited in his range here. We're going to hit the fold. All right, keep going. Opening in the cutoff for 2 bigs. 10-3-0, not good enough. We're going to let that go. Right, ace 6-0 in the small. We're going to raise into the big blind. Yep. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Right, ace deuce on the button. We are short-handed. Ranges are going to be wider. Don't forget, guys, get those questions in if you want anything covered by Max and Ryan in this upcoming break. 130K in the stack. Let's go, baby. Let's go. The best way to think about RCM, it could cost money. That's the easiest way to describe it. But for some people, RCM is for poor people. Yeah, Brent, I remember that all too well. When I first started playing poker out in 2023, got invited to play the teams event for PokerBet or the club champs. And yeah, what a learning experience and what a privilege and an honor it was to compete there. You and I have been best of buds since, so yeah. Let's just say a very different Wes Blom than there is now. Right, guys, we're going to be heading into the break. Like a ghost on a wire. Every heartbeat, yeah, it hums through the air. Can you feel it? Right, guys, we are on break. I'm going to bring in Ryan and Max. Let me just kill the music. Guys, what's up? What a crazy last hour we had of play. We're down to 5 players. This guy's managed to find some chips. He's got lucky once. Break it down for us.
Yeah, it was an interesting hour, that. Nice to see Wes spinning up. We went from shortest to now, I mean, there's 5 left and he's basically tied third. And Iwell went from big chip leader to now last, or second last. We did lose 2 people. Ad Astra got in top pair against flush draw and unfortunately got flushed out there. And then Mucho lost a flip against Wes, sixes versus King 10, which doubled Wes up. And then a couple of hands later got in a more questionable holding hand that he raised. And then flopped top pair, and Alex had eights on the 7 high board, and Mucho had 10-7. And that was the end of Mucho. So now I got 5. So my prediction was pretty close, between 2 and 3 lost in that hour. But what have you made of the play so far, Ryan?
Yeah, I think I can't stop focusing on this Cinderella story of the replacement coming in. He's now chip leading, Aleko. I know after Darren and Seamus read his sort of intro and bio, they would all behind him. I mean, you can just hear how much it'll mean to him. It's been good to see him. He hasn't done anything out of line. He hasn't done anything fancy. He's just made some big hands. And yeah, I mean, Wes found a nice 2-out deuce on the turn there to stay in. You need that bit of luck. Hopefully, you can go on and capitalize. And I think with Mucho losing that flip, this is probably the curse of somebody who's so used to playing multi-tabling high stakes, PLO 6 and 5 and 7 and whatever.
Yeah.
He's not going to have the patience to suddenly sit out and fold top pair there for his sort of 15 blinds or whatever he had left. So he's going to get it in, and if he wins the hand against a flush draw, well done. If he doesn't, he'll go play cash somewhere else and move on with his life, and that's what happened.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, Alex obviously chip leading now, 63 blinds, with quite a decent lead actually. 63 plays 43.
Yeah, he's got 2.5x everyone in third, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see now the changing of, obviously Greg was leading in the last round. Now, effectively same as 3 of the other guys. How do you think it's going to go as they get more to 3-handed and even heads up? Do you think we can get to heads up on this next hour?
You know what? I don't know if so much, because I'd say if it make a line, it would be 3 Tino bet, but that's chickening out, right?
Yeah.
I think that there's enough chips in play here. The blinds don't go up like ridiculously aggressively. You know, we're going 2.5, 5, 3, 6. You know, you're not going to be that short even at the next break if you are sort of one of the 2 or 3 players left in. But it also depends on who it is, how slowly they play. And I mean, at the end of the day, you wouldn't say anyone here is a uber aggressive short-handed player, especially considering probably the 3 that are the most aggressive from what I've seen. They're the 3 shorties. So, you know, you got Plotos and Alekinas who don't overdo it. They're not going to, at least that I don't guess, going to put the foot on the throttle and put the foot on the neck, should I say, or on the rest of them. But maybe one of the others picks up chips early, and maybe we see Wes just sort of going to town now that he's built for the action.
Yeah, how are you feeling now, Wes? You went from last to right in there.
Yeah. Oh, look at with the chip stack that I had to, any pair there, I had to put it in. Got lucky with the 2s against the 5s, and then obviously, just turned pure on the King 10 versus. I was just going for the steal, and got lucky to find that double. I'm very fortunate.
Wes, he asked how you're feeling.
How you feeling? I'm feeling amazing.
My wife
Let's
takes
go,
less time
baby.
telling me how she's feeling.
Let's go. Yeah, I think it's going to be another interesting hour of play coming up. Max, quick question that did come in on the chat. Chess Heroes wants to know how much poker you study in a day. None.
None. No, I don't really add much anymore, to be honest. I just occasionally, every now and then, maybe like every 5th day. I don't study much anymore.
It's tough when you're a dad now.
No, it's tough to study when you're crying about Red Bulls and F1.
Correct. Shame, poor Max today. That was horrible to watch.
Don't ruin it. I'm going to catch that race a little bit later. Guys, thanks very much for entertaining the stream during the break. I'm going to love and leave you here. And guys, if I'm still not in, I'm going to bring Max and Ryan straight into the action and we will bring the rest of the coverage for the shootout. Guys,
Yeah.
thanks.
Good luck. Good
Thank
luck,
you.
Wes. It's a big
Right.
hour ahead
Yep,
in
big hour
the
ahead.
shorter lineup now.
Yep.
So yeah, good.
Keep going,
Good luck.
Wes.
All right, cheers, guys. All right, guys, you've heard it here. Really cool to hear it from a different perspective from the team. Right, we find ourselves in a spot here, Ace Jack. Oh, we're going to just flat call out the small blind, disguising the strength of our hand. Ideally, we should have been playing that as a 3-bet, but was caught in between situations here. But so be it. We found ourselves in this spot. We do have the Jack of Diamonds. We're going to fold. We should have 3-betted pre. Right, anything interesting you guys took away there in that break while I had Ryan and Max join us on the stream? Right, Queen 9 of Diamonds, 5-handed. We are definitely opening here in the cutoff. Just a little bit too much hand or equity to let this go. We're going to make the call. We're going to fold.
Between us, it's all we know.
Okay, blinds are up to 2,500, 5,000. We have 87k in the stack. Awel taking the approach of smaller 3-bets at this stage. Right, keep going also is not one that likes to fold. We're going to flat the ace-8 suited here. We do flop top pair, top kicker. Board is in our favor. We're just going to flat call. Going to take the stab here, repping the 7. Yep, let's go, baby. Let's go. Big hand. If we 3-bet there, we playing for stacks. Ideally, these smaller wheel aces, suited aces, I'm going to flat. Let's keep this pot a bit smaller for now. Right, Awel taking a stab here out of the big blind. We are going to step out of the way. Choppy chop. Everybody loves a chop pot. We are going to 3-bet here with the ace jack O on the button. Just a smooth call out the big blind by keep going. Snap jam. Well, that's not going to work for us. We're going to fold. Yeah, obviously doesn't want to see any other cards peel off here. Each to their own. We're going to open the ace-9 from the cutoff. We're going to take the check. We're going to check back one more time. Yeah, let's go. 9 would have been great. King Jack O from UTG. We're gonna go for a small range bet here. Let's go, baby.
Lost in the rhythm, can't let it go. We're spinning, spinning, hearts aglow. Hold me tighter.
Play nice, Yaku. Play nice. The 860 going in the bin.
Let it show.
Guys, remind me not to miss the late reg for the 200k. 1060. We're gonna put that in the bin. So if anybody did wager, who did they wager on, and are they still in? Are you rooting for somebody to get you over the line with the markets that were put out by PokerBet? Right, we got ace 7 of clubs opening under the gun. We're going to take a check here. You turn the 7. Donk leading into us here. Unit fold.
Breathing your air as a moment is. The floor is electric. It's ours tonight. The world fades away.
Oh, snap jam into me. We're going to fold the A70. Right, we are down to 10 point some change blinds. We're going to limp the Jack 5. Blinds are 3,000, 6,000. Just headed into that level, 3 minutes ago. For those of you that aren't in anything, the guarantee already just been broken in that 200k Sunday slam. So make sure you jump into the action. Currently level 12.
Neon shadows paint the night. Your touch.
Yep, currently in level 12. So last level for late rage. Make sure you guys get involved. 2 minutes left to rage into that.
Sinking, fading light. You pull me closer, closer still. Time dissolves, we lose our will.
Right, ace 5. Plutos. We're gonna bend this. I think his range maybe a little bit too strong there under the gun.
You and me. Lost in waves, eternity. Just you and me. You and me.
King 10-0 in the big blind here.
Whispers in the air. I breathe you in. You're everywhere.
Yeah, need to defend.
It lingers, pulls me there.
We flop bottom pair with gut shot and backdoor. Perfect for the flush.
That's all we know. In the midnight red.
Interesting. Board pairing ace on the turn. We do block some combos of King Jack. We have a SPR of just under 1.
Lost in waves, eternity. Just you and me.
He's great milking us. We're gonna make the fold, knit fold. All right, that leaves us just under 6 big blinds here on the button. Just a couple of hands that just didn't go away in this session.
Flickering lights, they pull me in. Oh yeah, I feel the spark under my skin.
Jack 6-0, not good enough to stick it in.
Telling me secrets everywhere. Oh, everywhere. Can you feel it rising? Oh, so near. Heartbeat racing, crystal clear. Electric pulse is in my veins, running wild, breaking chains. Electric pulse, I can't resist.
Right, guys, we're going to need a bit of luck here. We're in the big blind next. We're going for 75% pot. Call it that. 80% pot. Boom, we have the fish hooks in the big blind. You all know what time it is. Good luck us. Let's hope he's got something marginal that can call us. Let's go, baby. Bad beat, bad beat. In 3 hearts. We're gonna go for the jam here. Good luck us. That's our run in the shootout done and dusted. We finish out 5th. This time he had it. This time he had it. Right, so what I am going to do for you guys is I'm going to bring Brian and Max back in on the stream in a moment. Ooh, and we're gonna run some live commentary for you guys. Yeah, just not a great session. None of my hands working out, finding it, and just having to make folds. Right.
Getting cold here. Fucking hell, you see how much you got in the main again?
Right. I have
Yeah,
got
nice
Max.
fucking field.
When are you going to let me do your guarantees? Stop messing around.
No, don't worry. I'll tell you off camera.
Guys, you live on the
There's
stream.
There's method to madness.
Yeah. So I am joined here back with Ryan Brower and Max Davison. Unfortunately, tonight didn't go my way. Session was a bit tough. Hands not, just not finding the hands, well, finding the flops, etc. That I needed to. But yeah, it is what it is. C'est la vie. On to the next. Ryan, great tournament you put together. What's your guys' feelings now that we are four-handed? Are well managing to chip up quite nicely there?
Yeah, sorry. I actually can hear your other feed still in my ears. Let me mute that. Yeah, no, I think it's been a great tournament. There's been some exciting action. The guys have had a lot of play. What are we, 2 hours, 20 minutes on into this tournament? And let's see, there's still four players in it, and any one of them can win it from here.
Yep, 100%. Max, your feelings?
I thought you were going to have a nice comeback, to be honest. It was like deflating at the beginning, like going down to the shoulder stack, and then like obviously after the break you kind of got a nice run going. You doubled up the twos, and then the king 10 against the sixes, and you're like pretty much right in it. And then like you say, just didn't get any good. I mean, a lot of these things, there's going to be a lot of luck in the card distribution. People don't actually realize how much luck is involved, especially short-handed in card distribution, because one player can just run much better than everyone else, make a top pair every hand, and it's kind of their tournament to lose. I didn't really see many of the hands where you like had like a lot of value or whatever, and then some of your bluffs didn't kind of work out, and then I guess one of the big pots was that ace jack one. I don't know if you want to talk us through that, where the guy led on you.
So we open the button there. I think it was the ace jack. So as we came back on the stream, we get ace jack. That was one of the previous hands. We get ace jack where we should have 3-betted out the small blind. It didn't have enough chips for me. I just didn't have enough chips, and then doing too many things. But it is what it is. We lose the two bigs. We move on to the next. Get ace jack on the button there, and then keep going. Just open jams on the flop at the big blind. Clearly, must be some middling type of pair that just doesn't want to see another card.
Yeah.
So, that
was my read on it.
It was, do you think has anyone surprised you in the final four that's left?
So for me, and like you guys said in the last break, Aleki and Plutos just chipping along and getting value for their big hands. And then Awel absolutely is a master of his craft when he puts his mind to it. And we saw him come into the session and just start chipping away and fighting for the chip lead there. So I did make a comment earlier on the stream that his 3-bet sizing has been slightly smaller, obviously looking for players to call a bit wider and get value for when he's at the top of his range. So very good strategy there, not adopting a standard 3-betting size, but I think off his stack depth, and he's very, very, very skilled playing at any stack depth. So for me, my money's on Awel for taking this down.
I mean, what have you made of it, Ryan? Who do you think?
Yeah.
You obviously want the Lekinas to win.
I mean, for the underdog story, that I just think it's you can't script stuff like that. So there's definitely a lot of that for me. He's been a loyal player on our site. He plays everything from Hold'em cash to tournaments. He loves it, and it would give me a lot of joy to see him win it. Taking nothing away from the other guys, like I've said, Tucker and I go way back. I'd love to go to Barcelona with Greg. I haven't met Jay before, but he seems like a good guy. I can't say much about Mr. Keep Going, but I got to say I'm rooting for Tucker and Lekinas. If either of them take it down, I'll be stoked.
Yeah. And then just talking about the trip, Ryan, are we going to be seeing soon, or in how long before are we going to start seeing some of those when your package satellites coming out for the players?
We're going to be launching them this week. There'll be, I can't off the top of my head remember exactly how how deep. We're going to be going into like 3 weeks from now. We'll be running our first, so we'll see how it goes from there. I am sure that we'll have probably 2 or 3 of them in the long run until Barcelona. We'll try and cram them in if they're popular. So support us, guys. Jump in. There'll be phases, free rolls into satellites. There'll be the galore. So megas on the day. We've been smashing our satellites recently. It's been such a joy to watch and seeing how many people are supporting the platform. We had an amazing series. It's great to cap it off with this shootout. So yeah, I'm very stoked how this is going at the moment, and yeah, let's hope we crown a worthy champion.
Yeah. Well, anybody managing to secure that many points to get into the shootouts is worthy of securing this. With the stack adjustments, that obviously makes it. You got to fight for it. It's not just going to be given out, and the guys have shown that tonight with the level of play.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's we'd love to actually take a team of 20. You know, we had, I think, close on 20 guests with us in Vegas 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24. And we'd love to have a crew that size, and there'll be packages being sold. You can sort of tailor make modular if you want to have the merch and want to come on some of the entertainment dinners out, that kind of stuff. There's a lot more to see in Barcelona than Vegas in terms of football stadiums and I suppose stuff that's more aligned with South Africans' interests than, you know, heading out to all the US sports. I for one, have been dying to go to Barcelona forever. It's the scene of Man United's treble win in '99, and I'd love to go to the new camp just to see the stadium. I mean, that Barcelona team in the early 2010s, they destroyed everyone that lay in their way, and I'm keen to hopefully take a big crew of guys that would share an interest to see the new camp.
And Max, so if I'm reading between the lines correctly, Ryan, you haven't been or competed at EPT in Barcelona. Max, have you?
Not in Barcelona.
Have you been to EPT Barcelona? Well, I remember from your story. Yes, that was where you came into your own. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I've been there 2 or 3 times now.
Right.
It's been very successful for me, to be honest. Well, I say very successful. I had one very successful trip, and then the rest were pretty mediocre losing trips. But yeah, it's always like I find it different to playing pretty much to anywhere else because of where it's based. It's like literally on the beach, so for anyone that's looking for like that spring, will be spring, right, in South Africa? Yeah, so
it'll be just heading out
no,
of
no,
summer,
still
so
in the
autumn.
thickness of winter in Cape Town, right? It's August. It's the thickness of winter. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's a great place for that because the weather there's great. You're right on the beach. There's lots of stuff to do there, like you said about the football and like even going to the
and food.
I mean, the famous the food culture is like really good. People are really nice actually there, and the poker is like easily one of the best places run in the world, and the fields are decently sized. There is some smaller sized events, but yeah, generally there's like big opportunities to win big money, which is nice.
Yeah. And then, so field-wise, what could the guys that are joining the PokerBet team, what could they expect coming out of? Absolutely, the crushers from Europe are frequent that event. It's just after Vegas, so we might see some of the big names traveling out from the States to compete there. Like, what could we expect? It's not a massive series. I think only 6 events in total between the PokerStars and the EPT events.
Yeah, so they have like, I think it's like you said, about 6 main events. Let's say the main event being the 5,300 euro, and then they're pretty much their biggest other one is the 1100 Open, I think it's called. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. Yeah, which is like a 1,000 euro or 1,100. that one pretty much gets like 3,000 to 5,000 players. It's
Wow.
crazy. The main gets roughly 1,500 to 2,000 players. I imagine it will probably be high this year because there's obviously a massive boom of poker. And then there's around 6 main things, and then there's pretty much, I'm gonna throw a number without looking. I'm gonna say 40 side events.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Um,
Ranging from what lines?
all ranging from like a few €100 all the way up to 100K plus. Yeah.
Yeah. So something
So there's
something
kind of a mixed
absolutely for
bag of
everybody.
everything. Yeah, there's there's some really good 500 like mystery things and things like that. I know there's like a €1,500 bounty and things like that. There's like some really cool events. Obviously, if people are going and joining the team, then you want to structure what you play and don't go overboard over your number and that sort of thing, because obviously it can become very expensive. But yeah, you can pretty much play things every single day, and they have some mixed events as well, which is obviously quite cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys have got the I think maybe best to just have the table live open, and then we can walk through any of the hands while we've been chatting. We did see Keep Going double up against Arwell, but Arwell managing to take the chip lead now at the table. And I'm running pretty pure in the 200K.
What do you mean the 200K? Isn't it called the 300K?
Yeah,
now?
it should be called the 300K now. So yeah, absolutely well done to the guys at PokerBet, smashing yet another guarantee on a Sunday. Let's actually have a look, see what the prize
Well, it's close to 300.
293,000 rand. Wow,
So
wow.
Maybe the 250 coming up soon. Don't worry.
Yeah. So a cool 88,000 rand for first. That would make me feel a lot better after tonight. So, but yeah,
that's half your ticket anyway. So
yeah.
Correct.
You remember,
Correct.
I'm traveling for 2, hey?
Only 2. I thought it was 2.5.
No. That one we are going on an adult's holiday.
Yeah. Nice. I like that.
Yeah. So I mean, short-handed play. Let's break it down. Rangers are going to widen up significantly, and a lot of pressure going to be applied by at this stage, Arwell sitting at 41 big blinds, effectively just winning another hand while we were yapping away. Let's have a look, see at that. I didn't go to showdown there, the Queen High board, but I think he can pretty much just take charge of this table and start putting pressure, especially with Aleki and Plutos out of position to him with the seating draw, that he can kind of just put pressure.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, how would you approach this spot now if you were either iWhale or the Keep Going stack? How would you play that, Ryan?
If I'm iWhale, I'm just raising everything. Like, I'm being aggressive here. I know I mean, there you see it. He's just opening. You have to just leverage your chip lead here. You know that every person that's playing against you is making a decision for their tournament life when they enter into a pot with you. And yeah, I mean, he's doing exactly that. I suppose Keep Going. He's got to look for spots where he can stay alive because the blinds are going to eat him quite quickly, being 15 bigs only. He found a spot to 3-bet shove. He will get it in, I suppose. And, he's still got fold equity. I think I see guys still folding to like a 5 big blind extra reshove, depending on their stack sizes. So if you've got 7 bigs, you're getting fold equity through these guys opening at 2. Yep. They don't want to turn over their four deuce of clubs when they're opening so wide. So there's that.
And then just sometimes our whale is going to have it at some frequency, especially opening this often and this wide. So it becomes very, very, very difficult to kind of range him. But short-handed poker is you need to have a pair between your legs.
You got it. Yeah. And you, Max, I mean, if you're let's look at the other two. They're kind of sitting in the middle of the pack. They still got plenty, 25 bigs each. How do you play with if you're those two that are kind of showing signs to be less aggressive, not opening as high a frequency, etc.?
So if I was either of the other two, I'd actually try and win all my pots from the other guy, and plus keep going and kind of not win pots off of IWell. That would be kind of my goal, um, because you want to basically move your position closer to IWell without confronting against him. But then the flip side of that is you can play a lot of pots against IWell because he's perceived to have a lot wider range of hands. So um, yeah, I would be aiming to try and stack either one of the other two and try and get heads up with Iwell would be my kind of the goal. Um,
Yeah, because ideally you don't
Yeah.
want to
but
get
yeah,
heads
again
up,
through
and
aggression.
you don't want to get heads up against, let's hypothetically say with Iwell, and he's got a 3 or 4 times chip advantage against you. You're going to be fighting a losing battle there, and Greg's no slouch when it comes to heads up play.
Yeah,
I agree with
exactly.
you, and I think I want to jump in here. I think one thing people don't realize when you start heads up 3-1 underdog, if you double up, it's all square and game on, and it's that close. Like people don't realize, they think like, oh, it's 75%, etc. Like it's one double up away from flipping the whole game to square, start again, and it all depends
Yeah,
on DPO as well. And I fancy this one's going to get heads up. Probably still with both of them sitting over 20 odd bigs.
yeah,
Maybe one of them will have 30, which is enough play. It's not super deep. I think because it's been a little bit slower, like we're nearing the 45-minute mark here, and I think we had made the line 3 at 5 to 10. So there's still 4 left in at the moment, and we could see them play another 10, 15 minutes here easily.
yeah.
Yeah, so and I guess you wanting to at least build that chip stack so that you can start bullying the table, especially when you get to three-handed. Sitting and folding, at some point you're going to have to buckle down and fight back against the guys that are, or especially Arwell, that's opening at a higher frequency. So
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
defending.
it's just clicked over now. So you'll see, I think this is the level we lose 2 players.
Yeah.
You've got almost, 3 people under 10 big blinds here. And it's not that, I'm under 20 big, sorry.
Yeah.
And it's not that our whale's got a huge chip stack either now. So it's definitely going to crunch. And it's now just about being aggressive, 3-betting, getting them through. And when you do flip, you have to win it, obviously.
Yeah. And you can't teach that, unfortunately. You can't teach somebody how to flip well.
Nah, there's just some people that got it, and some people they just ain't got it.
Yeah.
It just is what
Yeah.
it is. There's always the people. Whenever I see it all the time, especially in the live stops, but you see it all the time. They get it all in and they're flipping. I'm like, this guy's never lost one of these. I've never seen it. There's just some people that you think flip well, and there's some people that don't. Going back to the heads up about what you said about 3-1 advantage, let's say, and people think like, oh, it's kind of over. The thing that I think is quite similar to tennis in a way, where like you get into set 4 and the guy's won the 2 first sets and then he loses the next 2 sets. I'll give you a clue. All my money goes on the guy that's won the last 2 sets. And it's kind of the same in heads up poker where like people go 3-1, they get it back to level. The guy then mentally has to go from I was chip leader, I was meant to win, to now shit, we're back to the level, and now I must rebuild and start again. So I think it's similar in a way to tennis. This momentum is very, very big in poker, especially tournament poker. And in this 3-4-handed, like for example, now we can see Iwell is quite a dominant leader at this point. We're watching now. But he could just lose like 10 or 15 blinds in a minute, and then he has to go back through the mindset of like, okay, that's happened. And I think a lot of people's, let's say, mistakes happen from not really staying in the moment. I would say they think they dwell too much on the past and don't adjust to the situation of like, that's happened, so be it. We start again from here.
Yeah, and
that happens a lot.
Yeah. So just to your point, and it comes down to that mental toughness of being able to push through when things aren't going your way and not just tilting it off or like losing your mind in those spots. Because heads up, it can change on a dime. And I mean, one good turn card, a pair holding up against an over ace queen, ace king type hands, and yeah, you back in the game.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, one of my friends a few years ago when I actually started moving into tournaments, this is probably like, I don't know, 10 years ago. And he got to a heads up in this tournament, his biggest tournament ever. Can't remember how much he played for, but it was his biggest at the time. And he started heads up with a 10-1 deficit, which basically most people would be like, yeah, it's over. You know, we're going to play. I think it was literally like 100 blinds against 10 or something like this. And he was like, oh, it's over. And I just said to him, like, you know, you could just double up once. And then this guy's going to like be like, oh, no big deal, no big deal. You know, then it's 80 against 20. By the time they got back to level, so he doubled up like within the first 5 hands or something. And then they got back to level after about 45 minutes of play. And the guy was begging him to deal because of momentum. Because of momentum, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then just looking back at the table, are Wales sitting with 42 big blinds, covering everybody? Do we start seeing him turn it up even more? Like right now, he just open jams straight over. It's blind versus blind. So,
Yeah.
do we
You kind of
see?
need to be shoving 90% of your hands there. So it's
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you can basically shove like a lot there.
yeah. I mean,
It doesn't really. It's not really good to shove like a lot of the low cards, let's say, because you need to still win at showdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can shove on him pretty light there, I think.
And do you think that the pressure is going to start getting to the guys that are shorter stacked right now, going that I need a spot, and that may be creating leaks in their ranges of how wide they or what they should be jamming?
Yeah, I think I don't know. Like, if you were to interview all these guys right now, I would guess Greg Iwell is going to be the most chilled because of his stack. But like, what I would say is, I would guess at this point that maybe the guys have forgotten that second place is 25k.
Yep.
Like, they're probably thinking it's only first. And like right now, in theory, Alex is on 21 blinds. He's quite clearly second
Yes.
because it's 20, 15, 9, right? And then 45. So in effect, Alex's stack is probably worth about 20k roughly right now in that position. But people won't think that. They'll just be like, oh, if I got ace king, you know, we're all in, whatever. Because most people are going to be playing for first place, which I think is the correct way to play. But it'll be interesting to ask all of them, at this point, were you aware that you were still playing for second being 25?
Yep.
Or were they only playing to win? You know what I mean? It would be interesting to see what their idea of what the best way to play this situation was. Were they only going to go for the win and they were going to be happy coming fourth? Or like, were they one of them trying to hold on to come second and then approach the heads up as a 4-1 deficit or something?
Yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, once you get to heads up, anything can happen.
Very interesting dynamics. And maybe let's put it out to the guys in the chat there that are still with us, 50 of them on the stream live with us. What do you how do you play this short stack game, guys in the chat? Let us know. I'll feed the answers back to Max and Ryan. Let's see how far you are off in terms of your understanding of where your shoving ranges should be. Let's make this a teachable moment. That's what we're here for, not just for
Yeah,
some cool action. We've got some of the best minds in poker in South Africa live here on the Wesblom Poker channel. So yeah, guys, much appreciated for spending your Sundays with me. It's maybe not off. I know Max watches the stream quite a bit. Ryan's hit the hay as early as possible on a Sunday.
I've been watching some of our tournaments and the series. I watched a lot of your stream as well. I mean, it's great to see somebody putting in that much effort and energy and being so professional about it. So it's worth having on in the background on a Sunday night.
Yeah. Except when I catch a good hand and I'm screaming, you don't really want to have it too loud. It's going to wake you up.
Usually on very soft as well, because the music's not exactly conducive to a house with an 8 and 5-year-old fast asleep either. So.
Yeah. So yeah,
guys. Max is back to your comment on the ranges. I mean, Max is the king of ranges, so he definitely knows the charts better than me. I don't think the charts were created when I was playing. So we definitely didn't have the computer and the internet. So Max, you take over in terms of 10, 15 big shoving ranges, four-handed. When you're playing with this dynamic where there's only a massive first prize and then a consolation second that is still 25,000 rand.
Yeah, I think with shoving ranges in this like 10 to 15 type range. I generally don't really play all in at 15, if I'm honest. But 10 to 14, you can definitely 100% play all in. I would say that you could be, especially in this format where it's not quite winner takes all, but it's effectively a winner take all. You could play everything close to just pure chip EV shoving. Like there would be situations where in a normal tournament where you'd be playing for like ladders and pay jumps and stuff where you could consider not shoving certain hands. And there is a lot of that. But in this one, you're going to be playing anything that's profitable. We're going to be shoving. It's going to be the best move. And especially against Greg, who in theory is going to be opening a lot more hands than he normally would. I would be reshoving on Greg quite a lot wider than the chart.
Yeah. 2 napkins, let's go, baby.
Yeah, like for example, normally it wouldn't be like an all-in. Let's say King 5 suited, for example. It's very random hand, but let's say King 5 suited, you're in the small blind, and where's Greg is opening, and we're in the small blind, like 12 blinds. Normally it would just be a fold. Yeah, I don't think I'm folding against Greg in this configuration
and
of
that's,
chips, to be honest.
That's kind of what did me in. I tried to take the spot out the small blind for just under 7 big blinds effective with the King 3 suited. Maybe a little bit too wide there, but with the button opening and Plutos playing the way he has, and knowing that he can be very tight, trying to get the fold, got up with ace-10, and that's all she wrote. But hey.
Yeah, I think if you had maybe a couple more blinds, it probably would have worked, to be honest. Maybe it was a bit too ambitious with your stack size, but I don't really blame you, to be honest, because there's real no difference between coming 5th and 3rd, you know,
100%.
it's the same. So, and to be honest, I think the analysis is pretty spot on. He is going to be playing a tighter range of hands, which in theory means he's going to call you a little bit more, but he's also going to probably have a decent amount of folds. Oh, we've got a big all-in and call here.
All-in and call. Queens versus a7. Can Plutos find the ace from space? No, he doesn't.
Ah, there we go.
There's Plutos busted. We are 3-handed at the moment. Keep Going has managed to come back from the death of 8 big blinds all the way up to 27 big blinds.
Yeah, crazy. And here we go. We're going to see some I mean, now is where the considerations of money start to play in effect. This would be interesting to know whether they knew, or well, they all know that they're playing for 25, but in the moment, if they actually remember, you know, because most people, they'll be like, oh yeah, first is this, whatever. I wonder if they remember that, you know, it's still 25. And if Greg is really going to be sharp in this situation, Greg can play a lot of aggressive actions right now, because he's not really at risk based on his stack, and he has just under 2 times stack of Keep Going. And yeah, this stack depth, I don't imagine you'll see Greg doing it too much, like playing open shove.
No.
Because it's not really too much of an SA thing. People don't really do that, mostly min raise. But in theory, Greg could play some all in with some very marginal holdings. Yeah, as we see another 3-bet. See, these are where all the important pots happen, because the pot is so small, but in relation to stack, it's so important not to lose these pots at this point. And the card distribution at this point will be very important, and the aggression will also be very important. So
I call it luck management. Your luck management needs to be up there in certain spots. Maybe pushing the envelope in certain spots as well, because a lot to play for here, and that pressure could be getting to these players.
Yeah, 100%. As I said, I've not really played with Keep Going much, but he seems to be handling himself pretty well, coming in with the bigger stack, and now got to the final 3 with a decent position on second. They're on the break now, and it's 47, 25, and 17. So still some decent play. It's not just push fold. And I think you're kind of right, Ryan. It's probably most likely going to get heads up with about a 25 to 30 blind average. So there's still going to be some decent play then.
Yeah. I wonder who's got the most experience in heads up poker. I can't say I've seen. I mean, Lekinas is always there and thereabouts. I can't say what he does in sort of the smaller tourneys, but I'm talking about the 100Ks and the 200Ks. he's yeah. I mean, he's there and thereabouts, but he's not he's not finishing top two as often as some of the other guys are.
Yeah, so I managed to play the mini high roller with Keep Going. And yeah,
Okay, yeah.
very interesting lines that he took. Did, in my opinion, got married to his hand in certain spots. We managed to stack him off twice, and then the first bullet, then the re-enter, our seat was the only one available. So on our table, he rejoined there, stacked him again a little bit later, and then I saw him just when he got drawn to a new table, just cruised, and he ran really deep in that one. I think he might have won it, if I'm not mistaken. That mini high roller.
No, Tucker won that.
Oh, Tucker won that.
He lost heads up to Tucker.
Okay, so the two of them, and that's also something very important. Looking at this dynamic is how much experience have you had playing with these people in these types of configurations? It does because
well, I can tell you. I can tell you their heads up was one hand.
oh wow,
it was like but it was Tucker had a 5-1 chip lead, and I think 50 bigs versus 9 bigs or something, and it got it in. I think like a ace 9 versus king 10 or something, and held, and that was that. So Tucker did really, once he got that miracle against Eugene with the ace 9 versus aces we spoke of earlier, he never looked back, and he kind of cruised along, holding his own the whole way. But he just took out sort of third, fourth, and then eventually second to coast home. So he's looking like he could effectively do that here. He's taken out, I think, sixth and fourth, if I'm not mistaken, and now has third and second in his sights, and maybe that's standing in his way from Barcelona. He must be. Knowing Tucker, he is. I don't even know if he smokes anymore, but if he does, he's a 2 on the boat.
and I mean, like,
Tucker will be look.
Yeah, go for
Sorry,
it.
Wes.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure at this stage, like, Tucker's gonna be like, I really just want to chip away and get these out. The last thing he probably wants is one of these two guys to stack the other guy, and then they go into heads up with basically an even stack.
Yeah, that and
But
yeah. So what I was going to allude to is that I know Tucker was with the PokerBet boys last year and in Vegas, had a great time. I speak from experience traveling with the team PokerBet when we went to Vegas. Absolutely something not just for the opportunity, but the hears, and not traveling alone is a massive thing because it can get extremely ostracizing or you being isolated if you're not traveling with a team. And the amount that I learned, I mean, Ryan and I got really close on that trip, and he took me under my wing, and just learned so much from the guys from PokerBet. So all to play for, play for.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's one of the perks of handling all the complaints and escalations and running a poker site. And one of the perks is you finally get to go on a series. And actually, like Darren and I always talk about it. I mean, it's quite weird how I feel old in a way, even though I'm still young at heart. But it's 20 years since we did this, and 20 years is a fucking long time. And my first trip to Vegas was in 2006. My first trip to the Irish EPT was in 2007, and so it's great to be able to impart with a little bit of grey coming through in the beard and the hair, the experiences and the knowledge we've gained through the years, and hopefully make experiences that last a lifetime. I know, like the group of guys that we had in 2024, some friendships were formed, and there's some good stuff to reminisce on. So looking forward to Barcelona and hopefully a good crew of people.
And we've still got our group going from Vegas 2024, where we got some banter going on and stuff like that. Yeah, it was something that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And just from me not being so fresh in the poker scene, giving me the opportunity to learn and grow and just build on from the experience that I got playing in Vegas, or the people that will get the opportunity to travel to Barcelona. We got a bit of a hand.
Max needs to join.
Sorry, go for it.
Max needs to join us for one of these. Sorry, yes, you're right. I will open the button. Keep going. 3-bet to 5.5 bigs, and I will muck pretty quickly, but I mean, that's exactly what Max was talking about earlier. He's going to be opening wide.
Yep, we've got it all in here. Button open and Alecki jamming from the small blind.
Oh, it looks like he's contemplating a decision here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I guess Alex jamming so fast is probably going to have a hand like ace queen, ace jack.
Versus
Yeah.
ace jack. Ooh, diamond. No, it's
boring.
boring.
Everyone got two pairs. So boring.
You can see why. You can see why it took that long on the decision. It is sort of top of his range. It's not like he's just opening loose, but it is pretty much if the guy's got ace queen or ace king or a pair, you got to call against the pairs, but you don't really want to see them turn over ace king, ace queen, and you got to think about it before just committing it all, I suppose.
Yeah. I'd love to go to Barcelona. My missus actually said to me, "Oh, if you go to Barcelona, you have to take us this year." I went, "No."
With a 7-month-old, or how old would you be?
Yeah, exactly. So it would be. It's in August, right?
Yeah, August. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we?
February,
July, August. It's 2 months. Yeah, no, the baby's way too.
There's one of your open shoves, eh?
Yeah.
There's one of your open
shoves.
He's
heard me. He's heard me. He's heard me.
5 minutes later,
always listening,
the
Greg.
delay caught up.
Yeah.
Well, which means he's listening to the stream. I mean, and let's maybe just something to digress here while we're waiting for some hands to develop. Greg and Ranger started up a podcast, and just really cool to see that there's a lot of content coming out in the poker community now to serve the community. And the reason why I started doing what I'm doing is that when I started playing, nobody wanted to talk to me. Like, I didn't really understand what was going on, and there was no way really to connect or gather information specifically around the South African poker community. So good to see the guys putting in the effort and putting in the yards. It's no small feat. It's a labor of love, and it's thankless. So I'll be the first to scream it from the rooftop for them and thank them for doing what they're doing.
Absolutely, and you too, Wes. I mean, I think back to, I'm going to talk about the past again. When we were getting into this in the first boom in 2005-6 in South Africa, we went over and signed the rights to Card Player magazine in the States to bring it out here and publish it. It's just an interesting thing how mediums have changed, and now it's podcasts, not magazines. You'd be like dreaming to get it in magazines. We got a big all-in call here.
All-in call, King Queen versus Ace Queen. Oh, and it's a
wow. Yeah. Now, to be honest, we could see this over in 3 hands.
Yeah.
This could be over in 3 hands. Wow, we're just talking about that and how brutal it was. 10 blinds against 25. He ended up getting it in good, getting unlucky, and coming third. Yeah. And now Alecki is guaranteed 25K.
Yeah. Could this be the Cinderella comeback story? Like I said, my money was on Greg to take this one. Just obviously needed to hold in certain spots, which he did right now, and so kudos to him. It is brutal. But this is poker.
Yeah, that is the cruel game of poker. I suppose you can't do anything but put your money in good, and but sometimes the cards are going to go against you, I suppose.
Yeah. And nothing either player did wrong there. King Queen suited for Greg. I mean, just absolute premium and 3-handed. And
do you think shoving 20 plus bigs effective stacks is the right play?
I think
in terms of balancing your range,
yeah.
Because you want to be able to be raising aces. You're not going to shove 20 with aces, and
no,
I
don't know.
All in and call here. Sevens versus jacks. Wow. Oh, well.
Wow.
And that's
Tucker a massive wins it all. Tucker.
Congratulations to Greg Tucker taking it down, managing to get that one over the line. So first recruit for Team Poker Bet, Greg Tucker, aka our whale.
Absolutely, very popular win. The two that I was rooting for came second and first. I guess can't ask for much more. Alekinas from nowhere getting 25k, and Tucker obviously just continuing his form. All down to that one hand. I guess 50 bigs would have left the other two. If the card sort of, if Keep Going's Ace Queen holds up there, he's got 50 bigs against 15 and 10. Then he's a huge favorite to take it down. But happy to see Tucker join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And definitely stay tuned on the stream. On the lobby for future satellites and tourneys that we're going to be running for these packages to Vegas. We might not be having the exact same breakdown. We might build it with a slightly different buying structure to different tournaments, because as we know, the main event is 5,300 euros. It makes the package quite expensive from a ZAR term.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be advertising all of that in the coming week. Wes, thanks for doing what you do. It was great to co-commentate with Max. Max, thanks for giving up some of your time on the North Coast, KZN and Belito on holiday to join us. I hope you've enjoyed
Thanks
it.
for having me.
Guys,
And
it's been an
yeah,
absolute
we'll
pleasure.
definitely
And
do this
again,
again soon.
congrats to our whale taking it down and being the first recruit to the Team Poker Bet for EPT Barcelona. Yep, guys, it's been a pleasure. And yeah, I've still got a game going on. I'm going to switch that over on the stream, so don't go anywhere out there in the chat. Catch you guys.
Wes, thanks for having us. Good luck in
My
the Sunday
pleasure.
Slam. Cheers, Max.
Thanks.
Enjoy the rest of the
All right.
holiday.
Thanks.
Cheers,
Bye,
guys.
Good night,
Bye.
Ryan.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, and back to our back to our usual viewing. Let me just get everything set up here for you guys. Right, we are back in the action, guys, here in the Sunday Slam. Guarantee just being smashed again. Just under 300,000 Rand in the prize pool. Let me know in the chat who is in and grinding it out. We've got 52 big blinds, but I'm going to bring you the action and take you guys through the rest of the evening until we bust or win this one. Cool, 88,000 Rand up top. Nothing to smirk at. Let's, while we are waiting, have a look-see at who is moving and shaking in this tournament. Zupi 2316, Chip leading with 276,000. Geostar 777, close on his heels with 271k. Phosphate to our left with 106 big blinds, 213,000 in chips. And a huge congratulations again to Greg Tucker, aka our whale, for taking it down. And winning himself that package to EPT Barcelona with Team Poker Bet. Right, we got Rocky Raccoon squeezing here from the big blind. We're going to step out of the way. 730 going in the bin.
Soft whispers in the dark, we're glowing. Ooh, yeah. Hearts beating, and pray later knowing. Every move we make.
Right, so Sunday Slam, just under 300k in the prize pool, 20 places being paid, top getting 88k, min cash of 3,231 rand. We're not here for a min cash, we're looking to run it deep. I am energized after that. Unfortunately, the shootout not going our way either. The last session, just all our big hands, our big equity hands, just not finding it on the flop, turn or river. But hey, we needed to make chips and we needed to win, because that's first place getting that package, second place securing themselves 25 grand in PokerBet vouchers, or could be redeemed if they wanted to travel with the team to PokerBet. But yeah, well, we got a consolation prize, 8th to 3rd, all securing themselves a seat or a ticket into the monthly million. So shout out to PokerBet for another well put and amazingly run shootout. Action galore. What did you guys think of the action? Did you like the commentary that we had? Obviously, we can't see the whole card, so try to keep you guys entertained as much as possible. But yeah, huge shout out to Ryan Brower, Chief Operating Officer of PokerBet, as well as Max Davison, the PokerBet Pro, joining me live on the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Always looking to level up and do something creative. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, maybe we can look at doing some things in the future.
Lost in a rhythm like a fever child. Feel it rising, it's pulling me higher. Tension's tight, like a wire. Can't hold back, I'm losing control. Feel the fire, feel it burn. No escape, no return. Yeah, the heat inside, it takes me higher. Feel the fire.
So just to keep you guys updated what is to come from a Wes Blom Poker perspective, lined up some interviews for the podcast. So episode 5, 6 and 7 will be recorded this week. Episode 5 will be dropping on Friday, and episode 6 and 7 on the following week. We got 8-2 suited here. We're gonna give it a little defend. Flopping middle pair. Can we improve on the turn? Turning a 8-hour flush draw with middle pair to go. The boogeyman gonna have a lot of ace-x combos in his range. Out the small blind. Could have some sets. Pocket sixes, pocket fives.
Static sparks, hearts colliding in the dark.
One liner to the straight.
Here we go. Under electric sky.
Could we rep the straight here with a 9?
Feel the rhythm rise. Let it rise. Let it
Asking the question, we do have a lot of the 9x combos, 8-9, 10-9, Jack-9. Bam, let's go, baby. We mean business here. Turning our hand into a perfectly timed bluff there.
Close your eyes, the night's a spark. Feel the world in the beating heart.
Yep. So something very different tonight, and a different always sparks the interest. We had a super busy stream. I think we were peaking at like 90 concurrent views at one stage. Let's go check those stats out.
Always pulling me close. Electric whispers, like a ghost on a wire. Every heartbeat, yeah, it hums through the air. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Do you dare?
But yeah, still something definitely worth playing for. 88,000 Rand on top in this event, the Sunday Slam.
We're lost in the sound. Yeah, we're burning bright. Electric whispers, shocking the night. Oh yeah, hold on tight. Don't let go.
We're gonna fold the 920 here.
It's all we know.
Yep. Peaking at 86 viewers, guys. Really do appreciate you. If you're still locked in here with me and you're not a subscriber, make sure you go smash that subscribe button on the channel. Only helps to grow the channel and for me to bring you some amazing content. Yeah, what a night. What a night.
Neon colors dripping into the dark. Magnetic pull, yeah, it's igniting a spark.
I can actually fire that out for you, Dean. Yeah, so I've played against Conrad before at a couple of the Monty series. Lambo still operating in the live scene and on the Pokebet streets. The rest of the guys way before my time, so I'm not too sure.
Like a storm, it's about to break the sky. We're lost in the sound. Yeah, we're burning bright. Electric whisper, shocking.
What do you think of getting to have a chat with Max and Ryan and get their perspective on how things were playing out? Obviously, we couldn't see the whole card, so we did our best to make sure we kept you guys entertained. We're going to open the Queen 5 here in the hijack. Bit wide, but we've been very quiet on this table.
Shadows lay on the wall, so thin. Breath of the city creeping in. Lights are fading, but we begin.
Right, we are going to range bet here. We did connect with the board.
Glow. Breathing deep, we let it flow. It's an echo in the night, a spark, a pulse. 'Cause 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 'c
Definitely going to continue here. Worst turn card. Right, we live to fight another day. Lines currently sitting at 1,250, 2.5. We were there not so long ago in the shootout. Level 16 in this tournament.
It's an echo in the night, a spark, a pulse, a fleeting light. Hold me close, don't let me go. Feel the rhythm, let it show.
8-5 suited here. Gun +1. We're going to put that one in the bin.
City lights are burning high. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? The rhythm's crawling up your spine. We're chasing shadows in the glow. Time bends, but we don't let it show.
Yep. So just on the grindometer, you can see we've added the latest caches after the main and the mini, sitting at 776,000 Rand in the pursuit of the 2 million Rand for the 2026 poker season. We've been off to a great start. Well, we're in the middle of the year. We started the challenge in February, grinding online until the first live series started in March at Monty, finding a result there, winning the Mega Million and winning the freeze outs at the Sunbet events. Monty is just around the corner. Satellites are about to kick off. I'm going to be chatting to the guys from Shuffle Up and yeah, get them onto. Yeah, wow, Max jumping in here on the chat, guys. Use the opportunity. Much appreciated, Max, taking out some of his time while he's on holiday with the family down in Belito. Five 4-0 here in the big blind. We are going to let that go. Obviously needing to make the adjustments from when we were playing the shootout where RCM really wasn't a consideration. Moving into this form of poker, proper pure tournament poker.
Lost in the night, a flicker of light. Shadows
Queen 3 going to go in the bin here.
heart ignites. Can you feel it? A pulse
We're sitting in the middle of the pack with our stack 34th out of 64. 64 runners still left in this event. Off to the races. Fair fight. Ace King versus Jacks. Unfortunately, Phosphate coming short there. So maybe a question to Max. Let me kick us off here. As you're cruising through the tournaments, at what point? So RCM, we were talking about RCM quite a bit. In the South African context, at what point are you making the adjustments for RCM? And I'm going to lead with my thoughts on it, or my take on it. I then have stages of RCM. So depending on the field size, etc., and my stack depth, those are determining factors from an RCM perspective. And then obviously as we're getting closer to pure RCM pressure, what are the stages that you maybe start to make those tweaks from an RCM perspective? And is it just one flat change, or do you, from the perspective that I've just given, graded or change gears from an RCM perspective? Wow, Scotty finding the backdoor flush to stay alive.
Shadows in the night, yeah. Dancing close but out of sight. Your heartbeat whispers, mine replied. Ooh, secrets in the dark collide. Feel it building, rising slow, the pull between us. Don't let
Jack 4-0 going in the bin here.
Echoes of us, they're calling, calling. Through the night, we're falling, falling.
King 8-0, gun +1. That's going to go in the bin for us. 10-3-0 in the big blind. 58 players still left in the running for this event. They're going to put that in the bin.
City lights, they flicker slow, underneath the afterglow. Whispers in the dark, they pull me in. A rhythm starts beneath my skin. Can you feel it rising? Feel it like the ocean tide.
Right, Ace-5-0 GTO approved in the small blind.
Under electric sky, we're losing time.
We're going to limp this into phosphate.
The stars align, we're caught in motion. A dream so wild.
Right, the intention was for the limp call. We flop middle pair here on a monotone board. We're going to play check call. We're going to put some pressure back here. Courtney likes to make a few moves now and then. It's not a 10. Oh, it is a 10. Bam. Okay. Thank calling. Wow. Okay.
Shadows dance on concrete walls. Your silhouette, the night it calls. 1,000 sparks ignite the air. I see forever
We went on a move and we got caught.
everywhere.
We almost got it through. We almost got it through.
I feel the heat. It's pulling me close.
Thanks, Max, for coming in on the chat there
Shadow dance
with my question around at what stages and what phases is RCM consideration.
the stars align. Every heartbeat says you're mine. Can you feel it? Rising higher.
Right, we're going to have to find a hand here to put it in. Got no fold equity with 3.8 bigs.
In your arms tonight, I'm waiting. Free. In your arms tonight, it's you
Yeah, we did torch it in that hand, but we are looking to get the fold out from those middling pairs. You just happen to have the 10 this time around. All right, I think this one's going to be good enough to go with. Good luck, us. Let's go, baby. We only had 2 more looks until we were going to be in the big blind. Rocky needs to call here almost with any 2. All that. Good luck, us. King Queen versus King 9. And that's it. We make the bottom straight, but not good enough. That's our run in the Sunday Slam. Making a big whoopsie there. Blind on blind. Oh well. On to the next, I guess. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure bringing you the coverage here for the EPT Barcelona shootout, and then bringing Max Davison and Ryan Brower in on the stream. Try and give you guys an insight as to the dynamics that were at play in this in that specific structured tournament. Night really didn't go away. We walk away with 3,500 Rand into the milli. We're not going to add that to the grindometer, but it is what it is. I'm going to love and leave you guys and get some much needed rest. Got a big week ahead of me, both on the content and the work front. So yeah, really appreciate every single one of you joining me on the stream. And before I go, don't forget boot camp Saturday, Sunday next week. So there's not going to be a stream. If you're wanting to get in on the action, go check out the details on my Instagram page. All the details are there. 4,000 Rand secures your seat. Maybe we'll do a giveaway this week for one lucky player, courtesy of PokerBet. They've agreed to sponsor a seat. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's a wrap. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you're grinding, good luck. If you're not, have a blessed week. Much love. And as always, let's go, baby. Let's go.